What's good, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a fun one because today we're going to be discussing my hair journey. So before we jump right in, let me know in the comments down below where you guys are at with your hair journey. Are you trying to go natural but you haven't done it yet? Are you trying to quit putting heat on your hair? Definitely let me know because I'm definitely really interested in seeing. I feel like we can all learn from each other. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the video. So we're gonna rewind all the way to the beginning to little Lynette. So when I was younger, I had really long, pretty thick hair. Both my parents are black, but my dad has a little bit of Native American in him. He also has some Cuban. My mom has some white in her. So my dad has a way more, my dad has more like white hair texture than my mom does. So that's why my hair like is the texture that it is. A lot of people assume that I'm mixed, but I'm not. But obviously I didn't know what my actual hair texture looked like until I was older. So when I was a lot younger, I think I was around like 7 or 8 years old, my mom got a relaxer for me. So I didn't know what a relaxer was, obviously at the time. I didn't know what I was doing. I just thought we were going to the hair salon and getting my hair done. But then I came out with really straight hair. So I don't think when I was super young, I was putting a lot of heat on my hair, but by the time I hit middle school, I was putting heat on my hair every single day. I did go to predominantly white high schools and middle schools and elementary schools growing up, so I was really surrounded by people who had straight hair, and that to me was really like the definition of beautiful hair. Like that's what I wanted. So every single day I would wake up, straighten my hair real thin, as you guys can see, and my hair was obviously completely damaged because of it. I really wanted long hair growing up, but year after year I would have to continue to get my hair trimmed and basically cut off because my ends were always dead. Like I would always have to go to the hair salon and they'd be like, look, we have to cut off like 2 inches because your hair is dead as fuck. So that really sucked. I was super emotional about my hair. I didn't know how to take care of it when I had a relaxer. All throughout high school, I basically started wearing clip-in extensions. Like you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Like those clip-in extensions that people used to wear all the time that you like, you know, clip onto your head. Wearing them every day is obviously not good for your hair, so they would basically thin out my hair. It's like weight pulling on your scalp every single day. So that combined with me putting hair on my head every single day, my hair was just completely fried. Like it just looked completely trash. So by the time I was in high school, my sisters are like 9 years older than me, and I think both my sisters at the time had started to go natural. So I was seeing my sisters grow out their hair and get their curl pattern and just, you know, like having healthy hair, and I had never seen that before growing up because we all had relaxers growing up. And I remember one day one of my sisters told me, she was like, your hair is never gonna be long until you go natural. Like that's just the way it is. And I was like, no, you're wrong. Like I can do it, I can grow it out. My hair had literally been the same length for like 8 years. Like it was never gonna grow out. So by the time I graduated high school, I decided I was gonna commit to going natural. And I didn't know exactly what that was gonna look like. I had no idea how to even take care of natural hair or how to transition, but I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna stop going to the salon because me and my mom would always go to the same, you know, lady who would relax her hair. And I just told my mom one day, I was like, I'm just not gonna go and just see what happens. So I didn't have a plan, but I just went into my natural hair journey kind of blindly, and I was just like, fuck it, let's just do it. So obviously by the time I started college, my hair I had a lot of new growth, right? So my hair was looking kind of funky. Like I didn't know what to do with it. So I was still straightening it pretty often. Sorry, all my camera just died, so we're back. So if you guys have watched my videos on like my personal growth journey, like outside of just even my hair, you guys would know that I didn't start really hanging out with black people until I got to college. So this is the first time out where I was surrounded by people who had natural hair and protective styles and weaves and, you know, all these other things. And so I was really excited to try a protective style for my hair to kind of like speed up or, you know, make the transitioning process a little bit easier. So my first semester, my freshman year, I went ahead and got some box braids, and I absolutely fell in love with that style. Like I had never gotten braids before. It really helped me with my natural hair journey because by the time I took out my box braids, my hair had grown a lot. And I was like, oh my God, this is my curl pattern. Like I was so excited. By then I probably had put no heat on my hair for like maybe like 2 months or so, right? Because I had the braids in for like literally like 2 months. By the time I took out the braids, I was like ready to go when it came to my natural hair journey. I started doing a lot of research. I was watching a bunch of YouTubers who had natural hair, like Natural Nisi. Who else? I was watching a lot of people. So by the end of my first semester of my freshman year, so literally New Year's Eve of 2016, I committed to no longer putting heat on my hair. So New Year's Eve, I straightened my hair for the very last time. So through 2017, my hair completely transformed. Like honestly, my hair was unrecognizable. Like I didn't even know my hair was possible. I didn't know it was possible for my hair to be that healthy. You know what I mean? Well, backing up, let me just say, so transitioning was really, really hard. The second semester of my freshman year of college, and then the summer after my freshman year of college, my hair looked jacked the fuck up. And this is my thing. If you are transitioning, you have a few options. You can cut off your damaged ends immediately, right? Which is probably the best option. Or you can get a protective style to kind of like hide it for as long as you want. Or you could just ignore it and leave it. And that's what I did. So I just left my hair the way it was. I had my damaged ass ends with my new curls coming out. And I thought I looked good at the time because I, again, had never seen my hair look that healthy. And I kept onto my fried ends for as long as I could. So finally, I think it was the summer after my freshman year, so maybe like July of 2017, I decided I was just gonna cut off all my ends, and I actually did it all by myself. So I like got in my bathroom, got some scissors, and I just started cutting away. I mean, I did it slowly but surely, like over, a few weeks. I was like kind of scared to do it all at once. But by the end of the summer, my hair finally had basically no more fried ends. So by the start of my sophomore year of college, my hair finally, for the first time, really started looking healthy. I was taking care of it. I was getting so many compliments. My curls were popping. It was short, but it looked really, really good. So I definitely wish, if you need any advice for transitioning, I definitely suggest, even though it sucks and even though you probably want your hair as long as possible, I recommend cutting off your ends as quickly as you can. As quickly as you feel comfortable, cut them off, because I promise you, your hair looks better short and healthy than it does with length and it being half fried. Like, that's just the truth. So I mean, honestly, my sisters and multiple people had told me to cut them off. I was being super, super stubborn about it. So yeah, that was really a huge turning point for me when it came to my hair journey. And that was really the first time that I really started feeling confident in my hair. I will say also, I was really starting to get used to my wash and go routines, and I was really starting to find some products that really, really worked wonders on my hair. So some of the products that were really helpful for me when it came to transitioning were Shea Moisture, Diva Curl. At the time, Diva Curl was actually really good to me. I will say though, I do not recommend Diva Curl anymore, because I have noticed for me, once my hair was healthy, Diva Curl just seemed to kind of like fuck up my hair, and I've heard a lot of other people say the same, so I don't recommend Diva Curl honestly. But Shea Moisture and Aunt Jackie's are two product lines or two brands that I still continue to use to this day. I also was using Cantu, not gonna lie, don't come for me, but Cantu at the time when I was transitioning was actually really nice to my hair. So I still use Cantu every now and then. Again, you guys might come for me, but I think Cantu can be good in moderation. It's not like my go-to product, but Cantu has some products every now and then. Like if I run out of stuff, I'll use Cantu. I'm gonna link all the products, like the specific products that I use for each of those brands down below. But yeah, Aunt Jackie's and Shea Moisture still to this day to me are my my go-to curly hair products. So I definitely recommend those if you guys are looking for some. Oh yeah, so also I will say, part of my transitioning journey that really helped me was continuing to get braids. So I did continue getting braids throughout college. I probably would get braids once every single semester. And for me, obviously, because I was, on a natural hair journey and I was still learning how to take care of my curls, there would get to a point every few months, and I still get to this point to this day, where I get really, really tired of taking care of my hair. And y'all know taking care of your hair can be some work, so I will definitely say make sure you have a protective style that you really like, that you can go to whenever you are tired of taking care of your hair, because it feels really easy sometimes when you're tired of taking care of your hair to resort to straightening it. But I encourage you guys to find an alternative so you don't get tempted to give up on your natural hair journey, you know what I mean? So that's really what I did, as I really I really went towards braids every single time I'd get tired of taking care of my hair. I just wanted to like switch it up, or I'd go like on a trip or something, that I would do braids every single time. So yeah, protective styles are really important. I will say for me, the kind of like next goal for my hair once my hair was starting to get healthy was for me to grow it out. So like all of my sophomore year, my junior year of college, I was really just focused on keeping my hair healthy and continuing to trim off my ends so that it could grow and be long and healthy, if that makes sense. Again, I never put heat on my hair throughout all of college, so that really helped my hair as well. And then come I want to say like May of 2019, so by then I had been natural for like 2+ years, I went ahead and got highlights. So I did just a very minimal amount of research, and I found someone in Austin who had worked on curly hair before, but he was honestly a white dude, and I just went ahead and took a chance with him, and I will say I definitely regret getting them. After all my highlights, my hair was definitely a lot drier. It was hard for me to keep it detangled. Like, I guess because it was a lot drier, my hair would get tangled a lot easier. I also had really bad split ends at the time, so I had gone quite a while without trimming my ends when I had gotten the highlights. So I think that on top of getting the highlights done on my hair really kind of caused a little bit of damage. My hair still had its curl pattern. It still looked good. It still was pretty healthy, but for me, I definitely noticed a huge difference, like just overall in the health of my hair. So yeah, not much has changed between now and then from when I got my highlights. You guys can still see I still have some of the color in my hair. The only thing that I have done, I will say, is I have put heat on my hair. So December of 2020, I straightened my hair for the first time in 5 years. Was that 4 or 5 years? Whatever, I have a video on it if you guys wanna see. I straightened my hair for the first time, and that was definitely very weird for me because my hair obviously was not used to having heat on it. So my hair didn't get straight like at all. So I definitely will say if I ever do get tempted again to have straight hair, just to see what it looks like straight, I'm probably just gonna get a wig. I've been doing wigs every now and then for the past few months. If you guys have been watching my vlogs, you guys know I've been really struggling to put on wigs myself. But I found a few people here in Austin who like install wigs and stuff, so that's been one thing that I really like doing. But I will say I do like having a protective style that is a little bit more low maintenance, so it's not the same as like getting braids for me. But yeah, I do put my hair up a lot, so that's one thing that I have noticed has really affected my hair in the past few months, because when you are pulling back on your hair and brushing it back and putting it up in a bun and like putting gel on it and tightening it, it definitely does affect the health of your hair. So I think my hair overall is decently healthy, but if you really look closely at it, and you guys can maybe even see right now, it does get frizzier a lot easier than it used to. Again, it still is pretty dry because of the highlights, and at the front of my hair, I have quite a bit of like breakage and stuff, and that's really just because, not even breakage, but my hair just isn't the thickest at the front, and I think that's really from one, pulling it back a lot, but also from doing wigs. So the few times that I have done wigs, I've gotten glue stuck in my hair, I've had to rip glue out of my hair, I've had really bad experiences. So I think just overall my hair just been through quite a lot, which again, still really healthy for all that it's been through, but I probably shouldn't be putting my hair up as much as I do. But overall, you guys can see my hair is where it is at today because basically, I think all in all, because I didn't put heat on it and because I have consistently taken care of it. So yeah, I definitely will say at the end of the day, if you guys are about to embark on your natural hair journey for the first time, or if you are still going through your natural hair journey, if you're transitioning, just the number one piece of advice, and this is the one thing that I hated to hear, but it's true, just be patient. I think a lot of times we want to rush the process and do whatever we can to change our curl pattern now and to be able to see our curls now. And you know, you can find some really great treatments for your hair, but if you've put a lot of heat on your hair for the past few years, the past few months or whatever, your hair is going to take quite a while before it bounces back, right? So it will bounce back eventually, but you really have to have patience. You really have to let it grow out. And there's not a lot that you can do to rush the growing out process. I know I used to watch tons of videos on how to make my hair grow faster and, you know, take biotin and all that stuff. But like really at the end of the day, what it comes down to, right, is the health of your hair, not the health of your scalp. So if your hair, if the bottom of your ends are consistently unhealthy, and you're worried about making this part of your hair grow, this part is gonna continue to be unhealthy and it's gonna continue to break up and you're gonna have to continue to cut it off. So my biggest piece of advice is to really just be patient and find things that you can do to take care of your hair that you have now on your head instead of worrying so much about how to make your hair grow faster, unless you really have some kind of like hair growth deficit or whatever. So yeah, let me know again in the comments down below if you guys have any questions for me, if you guys want to see any other content from me. I just posted my actual like hair care routine, so you guys can check that out if you guys haven't already. And I'm definitely gonna be making a lot more hair content. So like I said, let me know what you guys want to see from me. Of course, make sure you guys are subscribed if you guys aren't already. I post every Sunday, Wednesday, and some Fridays. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.